What's up, everybody? It's your girl Ericka from the Classy Climb blog. What's up, everybody? It's Ericka from the Classy Climb blog. It's your girl Ericka Williams from the Classy Climb blog. All right, everybody, it's your girl Ericka from the Classy Climb blog. I definitely just want to get you guys out here to see the beautiful views we have at our Airbnb right now. And to talk about Airbnbs, who other than the master superhost, Kendra Barnes. Kendra Barnes, introduce yourself to the audience.
Hey y'all, my name is Kendra. I'm founder of The Key Resource, and I'm a buy and hold investor. I do Airbnb and a little bit of everything else.
Okay, so Kendra, we're out here. This place is amazing, beautiful views. Give us what is Airbnb and how is it great rental income?
So when people think of like getting rental properties, I think you automatically think, okay, I have to get like a long-term tenant and sign, do leases that are like a year or more. But Airbnb is a great option for rental income because it offers you flexibility, and honestly, you can make way more money than you would with like a long-term tenant with a year lease. The thing about Airbnb is a little more high maintenance. You're hosting guests. You have to get cleaning professionals to come in. But I've honestly loved hosting for Airbnb. I've done it for like 4 or 5 years.
So essentially, the biggest management hurdle is just making sure that it's cleaned regularly.
Oh yeah, if you have a good cleaning person, you're golden.
Okay. So something I found super interesting while we're here is that like the actual owner is close by.
Yes.
And I almost feel like this is a retirement cash flow.
Oh my gosh, they're making a killing. So listen, our very first Airbnb, we lived like maybe 3 blocks away from it, which was really cool because we could just kind of shoot over there if there was an issue or to greet guests. And that's exactly what these owners did. When we checked into this Airbnb, they just came over and they met us, and that just made the difference. I always thought that I was like the best Airbnb host, right? You're always going to be impartial to yourself, but these people, this family,
they're super hosts,
killing it. Like just their attention to detail and everything they put into this house is insane. But Airbnb is such a great avenue for rental income, and the crazy thing is like they don't live here. They're renting out a house that they don't live in. They live in a house next door, but you could even rent out the house that you live in. So people rent out rooms, they rent out their basements, like the possibilities are endless.
Yeah, and so this house is completely booked out for the summer mostly. It's beautiful, it's on the water, the community around it, there's a lot of boat houses, few boats still winterized. I just think this is a great location. What other ways, Airbnb, let's say you want to only have a place rented out in the summer.
Yeah.
Can you do that on Airbnb? Is it just an app? You just control the time?
That's what I love about Airbnb. You have the power. If you only want to rent it out on weekends, you only rent it out on weekends, especially for people who are renting out the house they live in. Like say you're renting out a basement or a room in your house. You may not want to have guests in your house all the time. You have the power. You have the power to accept and deny guests based on their reviews, and so you just have complete control. People get kind of nervous, like I don't know about having strangers in my house or in my property, but you have complete control. And here's a little tip: if you're trying to figure out like, okay, is Airbnb going to be profitable for me? Go to the site and then type in your city and then zoom in on the neighborhood that your house is in, or zoom in on the neighborhood that you're thinking about buying a rental in, and see how much hosts are charging every night. Take an average of like what hosts are charging and kind of you can see how much you'd be able to make every night. Multiply that by like 20 days, because you're going to assume that you're going to book 20 days out of a month. If you're doing good, hopefully you can book the full month, right? And you can get an idea how much you can make per month. And I'm telling you, on our Airbnb in DC, we were making like $3,000, $4,000 a month, whereas with a regular year-long tenant, we would have only made $1,200. So it's crazy.
So what are some things that would make a place get great ratings? What would make it be sold out all the time?
So definitely attention to detail for the little things. My thing is to start with how you like to travel. Like what are things that you like in your Airbnb? What are things that you like in your hotel room when you arrive? Is it bottled water? Do you want a wine opener so that when you go buy your wine, you're not having to go like buy things like that? For instance, these hosts, they put like salt, pepper, and olive oil in the kitchen, which sounds so little, but when you have a kitchen and you want to cook, why would you want to go buy a whole thing of olive oil while you're on vacation, right? You can't take it back with you on the plane. And so they just provided all these small touches, shampoo and soap and things like that to just make the stay just fantastic.
All right, so something I want you guys to see too while we're talking to Kendra. Downstairs, it has multiple decks or patios, however you want to say it. And downstairs, they have multiple seating, okay? Also up here, you have seating, and you also have a grill. And I just thought, what a great way for a family to come enjoy this outdoor place. Plus what you were saying about the seasonings inside, it just saves you a lot of time and money because you don't have to buy all the extras that you don't want to drag back with you. You buy just enough meat, just enough veggies.
Yeah.
This is amazing dock down here.
Beautiful.
I don't know if you'd be allowed to bring a boat, but you could boat yourself over here.
So, because there's some boats over there, but not only is the house beautiful, but they've thought of everything. I can't, even their, the welcome manual where they tell you the Wi-Fi password and like, just different instructions about the house. It really makes a difference. So if you're trying to host on Airbnb, trying to be a super host, you definitely want to pay attention to detail. And the really cool thing too about Airbnb, you guys, is if you try it and you don't like it, there's no commitment. You may go on Airbnb, list your property or list a room in your house, try it one time and say, oh no, this is not for me. Just take it down. Like, there's no commitment at all. You're completely...
No contracts, just how you feel.
It's up to you.
Okay.
It's really cool.
I like that. So Kendra, we're going to take it in the house because the house is so beautiful. And we're going to ask you a few questions on like how to get funded. How do you even close on a property like this to have Airbnb? Hey everybody, so we made it back into the house, and some of the things that was on my mind is people are saying, well Kendra, if we use this as a rental and I'm not going to be living in it, how would I get funded for it?
Well, that means you'd have to get, if you're getting a mortgage and you're not living in a property, you're gonna have to get a loan to put 25% down payment. So that's a big hurdle for people, like coming up with 25% of a down payment. That could be like $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, and it's kind of tough. So there's a really cool program. If you're listening right now and you live in either Denver, Portland, or I think it's Seattle, there's a program called Loftium. There's a company called Loftium, and what they've done is basically they'll cover your down payment if you rent out a room in your house on Airbnb, and you have to select from their properties. They have some really nice ones though. So if you rent out a room in your house on Airbnb, they cover your down payment, and you basically just pay them back through your Airbnb earnings. So if you make $100 a night, you pay them like 30% of that $100 until you pay off that down payment. So that's really cool, because what was happening is in those areas, like buying a house was so expensive. So Loftium came up with this system to kind of help people out. So that's for people who are actually gonna like live in the house and rent out a room. But otherwise, if you're buying a property that you're not living, if you're buying a rental property and you're using a mortgage, you're gonna have to put that 25% down. So I definitely, there probably will have some follow-up videos on alternative funding. Not right now, it would be too long of a video, but I think this is a great opportunity for people to look at as retirement, as an opportunity for, that second home. People want to always have a second home. But what people could do is, so one way to get over that hurdle, say you own a house right now and you want to get an Airbnb, you could buy another house for yourself. So once you make a house your primary residence, right, then you're getting lower down payment options like 10% down, conventional loans, or 3.5% down with FHA loans. And then you just make your current house the rental property. So if you own a house, you do have some flexibility there. Definitely make sure that you're well within the regulations for whatever kind of loan you have on your primary residence, because some do have restrictions on how long you have to live there before you move. But yeah, if you own a house, make that house your Airbnb, and then buy yourself another one. That's an option too.
So I know you have a couple courses on Airbnb. Could you kind of explain them to the audience? So just as an option for them to follow step-by-step process? Because you've been doing very well with Airbnb.
Yeah, I just got Superhost status 4 times in a row, so I'm super excited about that. So I have an Airbnb course. It's the ultimate guide to Airbnb hosting, and I basically walk you through like how I became a Superhost, how I made over $3,000 a month on just one Airbnb property. And just like I share with you my scripts, like welcome messages, and my template for my welcome book, like those things I was telling you that kind of sets you apart from the rest. I tell you how to make sure that you are maximizing your Airbnb rental income, because like making money on Airbnb is one thing, but like really making sure you're getting the biggest bang for your buck is a whole other thing. And basically just set it up so you can learn from my mistakes and make money faster as a host.
For sure. And so those links will be below and in the description. On this house we're in, what do you think they're cashing out a year?
Oh my
This house is killer, you guys.
I'm trying to think. Okay, so they are easily making like $5,000 a week, easy, right? So that's,
And they were booked out most of the rest of the summer.
and they are like completely booked. Oh wait, there's another program I want to tell you about real quick. So there's a program, our company called ClearBank, and that's Clear BANC. ClearBank, and what they do is they lend money to Airbnb hosts. You have to be a host for, I think it is 2 years. You can check and see if they've changed it. But as long as you have hosting history for 2 years, they will give you a loan to renovate your Airbnb, and then you pay them basically back out of your Airbnb earnings.
Okay.
So that's super cool too, especially for people who are renting out a room in their house, right? You could potentially like renovate a part of your house, or even if you have a rental property. So if any Airbnb hosts out there are listening to this and you have a good rental history, check out ClearBank.
Okay, ClearBank. Now, we're gonna try to grab a handy dandy calculator off the side here. How much would be 5,000 times what, the summer? How many months? Summer months are about 4 months here.
May, June, July, and August will be the peak months. So what are we doing? So $5,000.
$5,000 a week times 4 months.
Yeah,
We've got a handy dandy assistant off to the side.
we should probably be able to do this in our heads.
20,000 times 4, 80,000.
So they might make 80,000 this summer.
Just in the summer. Yeah.
This is a beautiful house. And you guys will see all the clips in the beginning and in between of this house. Really, I mean, it's got like 3 floors.
It's
got upstairs. This is we're on the 2nd floor. They got a whole 2 beds, a whole little suite downstairs kind of thing. So,
Seriously.
pretty nice.
It's super nice.
Well, thank you, Kendra, for coming on the show again.
Thank you.
And definitely, hopefully we'll do some more tours of future Airbnbs. And Kendra might be able to help us. So, everybody, this is your girl, Ericka from the Classy Climb blog. This is, say your name.
Kendra from The Key Resource.
All right, where can they find you, Kendra?
On Instagram at The Key Resource. And once you get me on Instagram, just click the link in my bio and like everything you need is right there.
All right, you guys, have a great day.
Bye.